And now you come across this naughty gorilla. That gorilla is looking at you and who had a high testosterone just like us, wanted to explore places, hunted wild animals, ride wild animals, eat juicy meat, crush bones and use it as a tool, had balls to fight the leader of the clan. The Battle of Thermopylae, I assume everyone knows about that battle. It was never about surrender, it's about the consequences of surrendering to a hostile king. Be destroyed. Women and children will go to slavery, they will be destroyed. Light, sound, anything that is produced is by action, That's why in life, love someone, you are exchanging energy. You hate someone, you are exchanging energy. I believe it was on Let's Friedman podcast. He was talking to a astrologist by this noise. This is constant noise. The noise is almost like dodging a wood. We invented AI. AI, you know what exactly it can do. Miracles, I have seen it. It's like a Pandora box, it cannot be stopped. It's inevitable. When humans integrate with AI, we are going to be Neanderthals. And what happened when Cristiano Ronaldo refused to drink the Coca-Cola? Hello everyone, welcome to Bold and Strong. I am Vaishnav. Today we are going to talk about ego. Ego is a bad thing. You should not have any ego. Ego is a very, very bad thing. It will destroy you. It will destroy your life. We are a tiny molecule, right? In this entire cosmos, we are a tiny dot, a tiny molecule in this entire cosmos. So why live with ego? Just live with the flow. When someone calls you a loser, when someone calls you fat, when someone says you're not man enough to get the job done, just live with the flow. Just don't react. Just be a monk. Don't have any winner mindset. Just don't try to be a greater self. Just be a feather in a wind. Life is almost like you're trying to hold down to that rope, right? You're trying to climb that steep mountain and you are holding on to that rope. You don't want to let go of that rope, right? You have huge responsibilities, you are facing your adversities, but still you're holding on to that rope. That's life, right? Every single day you wake up, you're heartbroken. You don't have any money to pay the bill. People don't respect you. You barely survive every single day, right? You barely survive every single day. You barely exist every single day. That's life, right? What happens? What happens when you let go of that rope? When you be the feather in a wind? When you don't test your limit? When you don't try to be a greater self? What happens? You feel so free, right? You feel so free that you don't have any responsibilities. You don't have to test your limit. You don't have to face your adversities. You feel so free, right? But in reality, you are falling. When you don't test your limit, you are falling. When you don't face your adversities, you are falling. When you don't try to struggle, when you don't struggle to be a greater person, you are falling. And eventually, you will hit rock bottom and you will be replaced. Just like that, you will be replaced. You will not be, considered as an important person. You will be replaced just like that. That's a bad thing, right? So for those who say, ego is a bad thing, you should not have any ego. Ego is a very, very bad thing. You should not have any competition in you. You should not have any winner mindset. I will tell you this. We live in a very, 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 very competitive world. We live in an absolutely competitive world. The girl that you want to talk to, someone else also wants to talk to that girl. The bike that you want to buy, someone else also wants to buy the bike. The R15 V3 Purple Edition, someone else also wants to buy that bike. The job that you have, someone wants that job. Someone wants that job so badly. So that's competition, right? So we are competing against each other. We are competing against each other for anything. You name it, power, money, woman, status. We are competing for the best. The best gets everything. That's life, right? So that's why you need to use ego as a tool to propel yourself to the highest level. After all, this is bold and strong. This is bold and strong. There is no place for weak and wounded here. There's no place for weak and wounded here. There's no excuses. When someone calls you fat, you must convert that weakness into absolute strength. How do you convert a weakness into a strength? You go to gym. You train like a beast. You play that memory when someone calls you a fat, when someone laughed at you, when someone mocked you. You play that memory in a loop. Use it as a fuel and you train like a beast every single day, what happens? What happens? You will eventually transform into this Hungarian giant. Let's assume you transform into this Hungarian giant. I guarantee you, no one is ever going to mess you up now. No one is ever going to laugh at you now, right? So that's how you convert a weakness into a strength. Every single part in our body, every single organ in our body, every single emotion we feel, everything is designed to protect us from danger. What's the first feeling, first voice you hear when you are in danger, when you are challenged? Run away, right? Subconsciously, that's what you hear, right? That's what you feel. Run away from the danger. Now, you have a choice to make. You have an absolute choice to make, right? You can either face the danger or you can run away. But it depends, right? You cannot face all your adversities. Some are stupid, some are absolutely necessary to grow, right? Let me give you an example. You go to a zoo with your girlfriend and you're enjoying that nature, you're enjoying the wild animals. And now you come across this naughty gorilla. That gorilla is looking at you and showing you a foul language. The entire public is laughing at you. You're so embarrassed. You're so angry. You're out of control now. And you want to beat that gorilla. You want to beat the shit out of gorilla. And you go inside the cage. Now what happens? The gorilla is gonna break you. It's gonna break your bones, right? Now that's stupidity. Now let's assume this. You go to a party with your girlfriend and some random dude disrespected your girlfriend. Now it is your absolute responsibility that you have to fight him. You have to beat the shit out of him, right? Regardless of the consequences, regardless of the danger, you have to fight him. You cannot be reasonable, you cannot think logical at that time, right? After all, we all evolved from monkeys. The reason why we evolved into humans is some monkey in a group decided, who was a rebel, who had a high testosterone just like us, wanted to explore places. He decided, I will go and explore places. 100 wild animals, ride wild animals, eat juicy meat, crush bones and use it as a tool, had balls to fight the leader of the clan, challenge the leader of the clan and go to enemy territories. So eventually, because of that, we evolved into humans. Look at us now, we rule the earth. But imagine this, the chimpanzees never wanted to go out of the cave because it was so afraid of the dark, afraid of the wild animals. We would have never evolved into humans. Even today, we will be still in the cave. Some other animal would be still ruling the earth, right? So that's why you have to face your adversities. You have to grow, you have to face your adversities. If you hide in your life, you will be hiding forever. You have to face your adversities, only then you will grow. You will learn and grow, right? Do you think kings, conquerors, champions did not have any ego? Take Leonidas, the great king of Sparta. The Battle of Thermopylae. I assume everyone knows about that battle. Everyone would have watched 300. I love that movie, the 300, Zack Snyder. I love that movie. So, it was, he refused to surrender. Leonidas refused to surrender to a Persian king. He refused to kneel to a Persian king. Even in the face of Armageddon, he refused to kneel. You have to imagine, at 480 BC, Persia, the modern day Iran, was at pinnacle when it comes to war, when it comes to medicine, when it comes to philosophy, when it comes to technology. It was at pinnacle. When you control the technology, when you have technology, you control the world. Xerxes was controlling most part of the world. And yet Leonidas did not want to surrender to a hostile king. He did not want to surrender to a demigod, a Persian demigod. It was not about surrender, It was never about surrender. It's about the consequences of surrendering to a hostile king. Leonidas knew what will happen if he surrenders. The moment he surrenders, his country is going to get devastated. It's going to be destroyed. The Persian culture will be destroyed. Women and children will go to slavery. They will be destroyed. He knew that. So he decided to stand and fight. He marched alongside the soldiers and he slayed everyone who stand against a path. They chanted war songs. No, they acted like a singular. Every action was singular. Every attack was singular. It made them powerful, right? Even though the Xerxes had a massive army, they acted like a singular. They had this unbreakable will and sheer determination to seek and destroy, to kill the enemy, to bend the enemy's spirit, to bend the Xerxes' ego. Although Leonidas and his soldiers, was defeated, his energy, his ambition, his spirit, his courage to fight against the resistance that ignited the entire Sparta, entire Greece. The entire Greece refused to surrender to a Xerxes, refused to surrender to a demigod. They fight until they die. That's why bravery is always celebrated since the human civilization, since the dawn of human civilization. Bravery is always celebrated. Those are fundamentals, right? Those are fundamentals from modern times to ancient times, you name it. Those are fundamentals. You cannot be replaced. It cannot be replaced. That's why history favors the bold. Success favors the bold. Luck favors the bold. That's why bravery is always celebrated since humankind. Since the dawn of humankind, bravery is always celebrated. What did Nikola Tesla say about energy? He said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, you think in terms of energy, frequency and vibration. If you think about it, that makes sense, right? Everything in this universe operates under energy. Energy, star, solar system, galaxy, planets, everything operates on energy. Atoms or molecules interact to transmit energy. Star explodes, energy is transmitted. To create something, you have to destroy something, right? Light, sound, anything that is produced is by action. That's why in life, that applies to life also. Every single time you meet a person, you talk to a person, you are exchanging energy. You love someone, you are exchanging energy. You hate someone, you are exchanging energy. You win. When you are winning in life, someone else is losing. Against his will, you are winning. You are absorbing his energy. You are absorbing his glory. You are taking away his glory. Life is 1 and 0, right? Life is winning and losing, right? That same goes to frequency and vibration also. You say, I am this victim, I'm not a competent person, I'm not confident, every single time I fail. If you view like that, if you view yourself as a victim, every single time you are failing, you are presented with a challenge, why me? And you just back off and you be a clown. You are victim, right? You will never ever overcome in any adversity. You will never ever overcome in life. But imagine this, if you consider yourself as a hero, you are this redemption arc, you are in a journey of a redemption arc. Every single time you are failing, every single time you are presented with the opportunity, adversity, you see this as a task, an impossible task. Only to you it is given, and it is your duty to overcome that adversity, to finish that task. Your life is a story and you are hero in that story. You are a superhero. Every single time you fail, you are redemption arc. You are on redeeming yourself, right? You have to view yourself as a hero even when you are failing. Regardless of where you are in life, you have to view yourself as a hero. And every single time you fail, every single time you are doing something, you are in a redemption arc. And you are transforming into something spectacular. That's the best mental fortitude you can ever have to overcome adversities. I heard a story about, cosmonauts. It's about, I believe it was on Let's Friedman podcast. He was talking to a astrologist. I think it was a physicist. I'm not sure about it. It was some podcast. He said, it was about the US-Soviet space war. The cosmonauts, the Soviet cosmonauts, they used to orbit the Earth and used to take time, takes year to orbit the entire Earth and come back to the Earth. So the cosmonauts, they get annoyed by this noise. This is constant noise. The noise is almost like dodging a wood, dodging a door. Something like dup tup, like constantly. Every single day, 365 days, you are hearing that noise. You cannot stop that noise. It's on a spacecraft, and because of some noise, it's having that sound, that producing that sound. And cosmonauts, they cannot concentrate their work, they cannot sleep, they get annoyed. Eventually when they get back to the earth, they are mentally broken. They are mentally broken, and eventually, the cosmonauts, they figure out a way how to tackle this noise. Somehow, they figure out, instead of resisting that noise, they viewed that noise as a sound. They embrace that sound as a sound, that noise as a sound. Every single time they hear that noise, they hear it as a sound. They enjoy it like a sound. They were assuming themselves like, listening to a music. And eventually they were able to concentrate on the work. They were able to sleep. They were able to, concentrate and talk and, communicate to the space station, to the other side, what was going on. They were able to concentrate. They never get annoyed. They never break their mind. So that's the best mental fortitude, right? You have to see your adversities as a task. It was only given to you because you are the best soldier, because you are the best person to tackle that and overcome it. You have to view like that. You have to view like that. And before I end this video, let me talk about this topic. I can talk for 34 minutes, 30 more minutes, but it will be short and concise. It's about, I have talked with many people, and they say, we are a tiny dot, a tiny dot in this entire cosmos. If you look at cosmos, in this universe, we are a tiny dot, right? We don't matter, really. We live, we die someday. So why have this conqueror mindset? Why have this competition? Why have this, this desire to win, this raging desire to win? I mean, if you think about it, yeah, we are a tiny dot in this cosmos. That is true. We will die someday. That is true. But we are a tiny dot who can do miracles. We have the ability to communicate and negotiate. We have the ability to manipulate the environment. We have this immense skill to create destructive weapons that can shake the entire cosmos. But we won't do it, right? We are controlled. We have the ability to control our animalistic behavior, right? We can also create beautiful things. We invented fire. We invented miracles like electricity. We invented internet. We invented AI. AI, you know what exactly it can do. You know exactly what it can do. It can do miracles. I have seen it. It's like a Pandora box, it cannot be stopped. It's inevitable. What AI can do. It can replace you. If you're not unique, it can replace you. It can do 100 people work at 1 second. I do believe, in some point in our lifetime, the humans will integrate with AI. Like, when we evolved into humans from Homo sapiens, it's almost like there were Neanderthals, there were Homo sapiens, and there were so many species of humankind. But Homo sapiens eventually survived because of some skills it had, because of the ability to think, ability to adapt, I do believe when humans integrate with AI, we are going to be Neanderthals. And the humans who integrate with the AI, they're going to think smart, they're going to act smart, they're going to communicate in a very fluent and very, very, very concise manner. I do believe that. So we can do miracles. And to say we are a tiny dot in this entire cosmos, we don't matter. Only if you think like that. It's perspective, right? Everything is perspective. If you say you can do miracles, you are a tiny dot who can shake this entire cosmos, who can have a ripple effect in this entire cosmos. What happened when Cristiano Ronaldo refused to drink the Coca-Cola? What happened? The entire stock went down, right? That was a ripple effect. That was why when certain people, when they talk, when they behave, when they do something, it's like a ripple effect to the entire universe, entire earth. The powerful people, when they do that, right? That's the difference between name and number. If you want to be a number, you be this tiny dot. But if you want to be a name, you have to be something exceptional. A dot, a tiny dot that can do miracles. So that's why you need to use ego as a tool to propel yourself to the highest level. You have to be the sun, be the king, Be the aggressor. Strive to be the best. Strive to be the absolute best.
Taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a